Hello, this is Laggie the Couch. Welcome to the stream. It's Monday. We're streaming on a Monday for the first time since, oh man, maybe like Elden Ring days, like a year ago. Yeah, we're breaking new ground. This is crazy. There may have been a Monday stream somewhere where I like missed a weekend stream. There probably was. But this is rare, make no mistake. I'm gonna check my audio, which is not rare. And then we'll talk about what's going on here. Okay, seems about right to me, audio mix-wise. Yes. Okay. Right. So, like I said, hello. If you're watching this, this is going to be a bit of a weird sort of like niche, self-indulgent kind of stream. So, you've been warned. Also, there will be a ton of spoilers in this stream. And you'll find out why. It'll become very clear as I talk about what's going on tonight. Here in just a sec. Also, this will probably be a short stream. So, there's that. Right. So, this game is Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. We played it for about, I don't know, like 3 weeks or something. It's a visual novel about curses and ancient relics and rites and rituals and magic and mystery. And it was a really good time. I really enjoyed it. We finished this game last weekend. Yeah, I think about a week ago. And, that was cool. Like I said, I thought it was a pretty good ending. May have been a little bit sloshed there at the end, admittedly, but I think all in all, I was pretty happy with the game's conclusion and the places it took us. I had some like nitpicks and stuff about the story and like my preferences and stuff, but overall, really enjoyed the game. Thought the characters were strong. Thought the plot was pretty good, and definitely enjoyed my time playing a type of game that I haven't really played much before, that being a visual novel, and like voicing all the characters and stuff. It was fun. So, finished the game, and thought to myself, all right, that's it for Paranormasight, we're moving on. And indeed, we did move on, but my mind just didn't quite, it lingered, you know? It hung out on this game, and I've got some questions. Well, I guess, to summarize my main sort of thing here, now we're at the end of the game, now the curtain's been pulled back, and we know all about the mysteries and the curses and all that, and what all the characters were doing throughout the main story, right? Let me just hop in real quick. So, the way the game's laid out, and again, here we're going into spoilers, so you've been warned. I can't be held responsible anymore. You start out in the Shogo Okie path, right? And you go through, and eventually you get to here, and then Shogo died, basically, without you really knowing anything about the story. And at that point, the game opens up into these 3 additional timelines, really 4, I guess. And you go through, and that over the course of this is like where the main game is, right? And this first part's more of like a prologue, introducing you to the world and some of the characters and what's going on. But there's some things that happened in this first timeline that, I don't know. To me, like, I'm just thinking about it later, and it's like, okay, I can kind of like rationalize some of what happened, but not all of it. It doesn't all quite make sense to me. So, I thought in this like weird off-night stream, before I forget everything about this game, and we can't do this stream anymore, we're going to take one last look at the game. We're going to go back through the first route that the game took us through. And, I don't think it'll take too long. Probably just, maybe an hour or 2. Maybe 2 max. And I just want to, like, see what actually happened now that we know what's actually happening, you know? Like in this part where Richter was talking to us, like, now we know he's working for Haraway and investigating, like, the death of her son a year ago. And we also know that he's not a curse bearer, but that she is, and that he's, like, gathering information to use against us in the next part, right? So, with all that in mind, like, what was going on with this whole conversation? I think there was also a convo with Tetsuo somewhere in here in the park, and his buddy, June. It's like, what was the deal with that? So that's kind of the question I want to answer. Bit of a tourist thing. Again, this stream will probably, in the VOD, will get no attention at all. This is just for me. Sometimes you just gotta stream for yourself, right? So that's what we're gonna do tonight. And if you're along for the ride, welcome. I hope it'll be as interesting to you as hopefully it's gonna be to me. Or this could totally flop, and I could get, like, bored halfway through. That's a distinct possibility. So, let me don my headphones. We'll listen to this awesome timeline music one more time. And let's begin with Kinshibori Park Part 1. Shogo Okie, a completely ordinary office worker, and his recent acquaintance, Yoko Fukunaga, have both gone to Kinshibori Park late at night to investigate the 7 mysteries of Honjo, when Shogo suddenly falls unconscious. Upon reawakening, he gradually regains his grasp on the current situation while discussing the occult with Yoko. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here, obviously. We'll let the intro play, and we can talk about things. Shogo? Shogo, are you alright? I don't know if I'm going to voice every line, by the way. We may skip around through the dialogue a bit. Hey, can you hear me? Huh? Hey, that's not a proper answer. Earth to Shogo Okie. What do you think you're doing, falling asleep here? You gave me quite the shock. Come on now. Up with you. Up. Okay. And... there. How's that? All right? Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? I'm fine, I think. There's definitely nothing wrong with my humors, though my head's still a little fuzzy. Yeah, your great hair is probably slightly fuzzy and silky and smooth, and I want to run my hand through it. Shogo, you beautiful man. An office worker. He could work in my office any day. That doesn't sound good. Turn your head around a little bit to see if you can walk all right. All right. Oh, yeah, hang on. We're going mostly primarily controller here. But, okay. So, first things first. Let's set the stage here. This is Yoko. She's the main bad guy in the entire game. Yoko Fukunaga was, let's see. Yoko's the descendant of an Onmyoji Ashino, who kind of put all this Rite of Resurrection curses bullshit into motion years and years ago, back in the Edo period. So, that's good. She's been possessed. Or something. I don't know if she's possessed or if she's, like, doing it of her own will or whatever, but she's bad. And the only way to beat the game is to get her killed in this part, which we will do. But there's that's worth noting. Our ordinary office worker is Shogo Okie, who's a descendant of the arch nemesis to that evil ancient woman. He has the blood of the Onmyoji seaman, yes, I know the name, in his veins. And his presence here is one of the only ways to potentially stop the Rite of Resurrection and all the madness from happening. We're not going to stop it this time because we're playing science and toying with people's lives because it's a video game. But yeah, so Shogo, the reason he passed out here at the beginning is because the spirit of that ancient Onmyoji was attempting to possess him here, but because he does have some latent spiritual power because of his heritage, he was able to reject it. So it only knocked him unconscious briefly. So there's that. And we're here in Kinshibori Park, which is the site of one of the curses. It would be the curse of the... which one is it? This stuff's a little bit fuzzy to me now, but yeah, the Whispering Canal, which we will acquire here very shortly, and used to kill a bunch of people, probably. But yeah, we can look around. Here's the park. No big deal. Oh my god, the jump! It actually got me. I'm so jumpy. Good, good. You seem to be fine. What a relief. Do you remember anything, like where we are, what we're doing? The Rite of Resurrection, of course. Huh? Wait a second, when did I tell you about that? I mean, I guess I must have, seeing as you know the name, but weird. Anyway, you still seem a little out of it. Why don't you look around a bit more? Yeah, is she gonna kill us? Let's get a look at Yoko. They met about a month ago. She seems cool, but she's into the occult. Here's her intro title. What can we recall? Anything? Still a little woozy from attempting to be possessed and all that. Let's talk to Yoko. Yeah, everything would be over before it started. There's the playground. Blah, 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 blah. Sumida City, Kinshibori Park. Yeah, like I said, we are skipping through here, guys. So some degree of familiarity is required. Or I'll try to at least focus on the important things here. Now then, someone is going to make their presence known here momentarily. And that person is going to be... Where is he? Takumi. He's going to show up. He is not a curse bearer at this point. I'm pretty damn sure. In fact, yeah, no, he's not. Right, because he kills us by hand if we take him lightly. He works for Hiyuku Soaps. They are trying to get their hands on the Rite of Resurrection themselves to save the life of the chairwoman and make her young forever and stuff. But in the end, she's a pretty inconsequential player, it seems like. So, we'll be on the lookout for him. There's a telephone booth. Sup? I think it's about it as far as, like, looking at stuff, right? So, you want to chat, Yoko? She does not want to chat. Okay, the sky is dark. It's an ominous night, a night full of curses and stuff. Is it really... We get stuck here before. Yeah, what can we remember? Yeah, that's Yoko, blah, blah, blah. Flashback! Right, this will be the flashback to where we met Yoko. And how she was kind of, like, weird. And it was, man, such a scenic day. And love was in the air. It was blooming in the park. And, oh, who's that girl over there? Loitering about, digging holes in sandbox and searching around the playground. Nothing suspicious about that. Yeah, I never got the whole talking to the animal figures thing, either. Unless she was just trying to be, like, a little quirky. Alright. We decided to talk to her. It must have been fate and all that. She's looking for... Definitely the other thing. I'm gonna try different dialogue options than we did the first time. I'm just gonna skim through them again. She's looking for the Whispering Canal. Think you're some kind of lunatic. If only it was that simple. I wish you were just a simple lunatic. But you're a magical, ancient evil. Which is much worse, in my experience. Okay. Yep. So, we're on a scenic overlook. Our hands are very... You know, we got a safe distance between us. There's no premarital activities that are going to happen here for sure. Okay. She's saying that the curses are real. And that everything's actually... You know, there is paranormal stuff. Okay. Where did Yoko go? She's back over here chatting with the animal figurines again. Okay. Whispering Canal's around here somewhere. It's true. So, what's going to happen is because we're at this location right now, and the curses are about to activate, which I think she did. I'm pretty sure she did. Start, like, the whole Rite of Resurrection and the, like, the Feast of Shadows, which boosts paranormal activities, basically. Because we're here local and because we have a desire to resurrect someone, one of us will be gifted the curse, basically, and the cursed stone. So that's why she's here tonight. And I guess she probably has us here so she can test it out. Or in case she's not worthy of it, that she can steal it from us. That's my guess. Okay. Let me check my files, eh? Okay. Introducing you to the whole... There being, like, files. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is nice. Okay. Thank you for playing our game all the way to the very end. We look forward to the day we can present you with another Paranormasight. Sincerely yours, Nakagoshi. Nakagoshi is, like, he's the head of the paranormal division, like the secret paranormal division that handles cases like this. They're known as Nakagoshi cases. So that's cool. We got new notes. Which I guess will allow us to proceed. Alright. What was what just now? Didn't you hear that? Now that you mention it. I didn't hear anything, realistically. And I think she probably knows that he has some, like, latent, like, spiritual ability at this point. She can probably sense it. I don't think she knows that he's a descendant of the Onmyoji seaman, but, yeah. I don't know. Here's where she makes the weird, like, alcohol to, like, spirit sense analogy and pretends that she's a ghost girl. Okay, and that's this entire part. On to part 2. 1 a.m. Yep, this is right where everything's going down. All the curse bearers are being selected. It's a terrible night for a curse. Okay. There's a chill in the air. An unnatural chill. She is very used to it. She caused it all, after all. Okay, there he is. Right back there. You can see him. That's the guy. He's lurking in the shadows. And I saw him the first time, actually. Good old Takumi. But no one, like, reacted to it, which was kind of weird. So, yeah. Yep, there he is. You can tell by the silhouette. Okay. Creepy face coming closer. This is setting the mood and the tone for the game. Although, I don't know, the game kind of steps away from paranormal and, like, firmly into mystery. Like, there's always paranormal stuff happening, for sure, throughout the game, but there's very few parts where it resorts to, like, jump scares and, like, horror, in my opinion. It's mostly trying to figure out what's going on with the story, with a few exceptions, which, you know, it's fair enough, I guess. Alright, we'll go through all this stuff. Spirit sense. More about that. Talk about alcohol, I guess. Ask her for a drink. She seems down. But little do we know she's going to kill us horribly. Or at least try to. And then we got the 7 Mysteries of Honjo here. 7 mysteries. Yeah, there's more than 7. By the way, brought this up before, but there's like a 9 total, I think. At least 9 total curse stones. Because 7 is more memorable than 9. I still don't really buy that whole explanation, man. And then are they really ghost stories? There's like... There's souls that are chained to it, so it's kind of ghost stories, I would say. Okay, they're talking about how the, over time, like, the true nature of the curses has been twisted, you know, as the stories have been told and retold. So no one really knows the true stories anymore, except me, because I beat the game. Okay, and about the Rite of Resurrection. So, just to summarize this, the entire point of this entire, like, Feast of Shadows Curse Stone business is curse bearers can collect the souls from others, especially other curse bearers, to build up soul dregs. If they gather enough, then they can resurrect someone from the dead. That's what's happening here, and the curse bearers are competing against each other to make that happen. Okay. Yeah, so she kind of, like, spurred this professor guy. Where is he? No, not him. Yeah, this guy. Hideki Araishi, to kind of, like, spread... He's like a historical researcher type. But she got him to spread rumors of the Rite of Resurrection and stuff like that, and gave him some ancient tomes and stuff. To kind of build up interest, which I assume... In the whole, like, Rite of Resurrection and, like, Curse Stone thing. Which I assume is... kind of, like, boosts its power as, like, a paranormal sort of phenomenon. Alright. Let's see. Or are you looking for the right? She's trying to bring her dog back, is what she said. Which is total bullshit. I'm assuming she just wants to keep herself young forever. That was her original goal back in the Edo period. I assume that hasn't changed. She probably, like, sacrificed the dog as part of her research or something. Wouldn't surprise me. Alright. And there's, like, the whole question about whether the right could even work on a dog. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Rite of Resurrection did... That's true, what she's saying. So the reason that the 7 Mysteries happened is because of all the horrible stuff that happened trying to get the Rite of Resurrection to work. Basically. It's also probably worth noting that Ashina was the person who spurred Seaman to study the thing back in the day and unlock its secrets. Okay. Okay, here we've been... So what happened here is I think we've been... I think the curse is activated right now. And also, we're attempting to be... Or the spirit of semen is attempting to possess us once more. I think that's what happened. And she's freaked out at this point. She has a curse stone, I believe. And I think she knows that we're being kind of protected, or like that we're being possessed or something. And that's what she's freaked out about. Yep. Yeah, that's why she's like, this can't be, because her old, like, nemesis is shown back up in spirit form. Because we turn around and there's no one here. And it's, like, super creepy. Yep. There's no one around. Even though we know that that other guy's around. It's not him. So we look, and we're like, oh, there's nothing here. And eventually the game should be like, yeah, there isn't anything here. That's weird. It's kind of like a time thing, I think. But we don't want to keep talking to her, because that'll take us down a path where she doesn't die. Which unlocks the rest of the game, but also gets us to, like, the bad ending. Should I think? Yeah, something's got her rattled. I'd be rattled, too. All her plans are about to be ruined. Okay, so we can activate a curse here. And I'm assuming the curse that we can activate is... Okay, so a little bit of background here. This is getting in the weeds, man. This is getting a little bit nerdy. You've been warned. So, all of the curses are associated with different people that died back in the Edo period as part of the whole Rite of Resurrection fiasco. Or the Honjo incident, I think is what it was called. Technically. There is... Okay, so it's not this one. The Beckoning Light is the one that's associated with semen back in the day. And this curse power allows you to basically kill a curse bearer by the power they possess. So, reading this now, it doesn't even say that you really have to fulfill the conditions of their curse. So, for the Whispering Canal, the way to get this to activate is you have to get someone to leave you behind. If someone walks away from you and you have this curse power, you can kill them by drowning. So I kind of assumed that we would need to maybe get Yoko to activate her curse and try to kill us, right? But reading this, it doesn't even say that you have to fulfill the conditions of the other curse. It's just like, the other person has to be a curse bearer and you kill them with their curse. So that's kind of interesting, actually. It makes this really OP, like super OP. I guess the weakness is you have to know that the other person's a curse bearer and that they're casting a curse on you. But it seems like there's some sort of, like, sense about it, because as you can see on our screen, left trigger, that push indicator up here, would absolutely allow us to kill Yoko. I'm not going to do it myself. I've done it. I did it myself. I couldn't resist. The first time I didn't. So we're doing the alternate route thing. Okay. And now Yoko will be, yeah, sitting there drowned. Pretty disturbing. And water even coming out of her eyeballs. Jeez. And with that, an ancient evil has died. But of course, Shogo has no way of knowing that. Why is this happening indeed? Why is this happening indeed? Question we were asking ourselves at the time. So, now then. We'll go in the park. Shogo will be freaking out. We'll have to call this in, and we'll be approached by the secretary guy that we mentioned before, whose name I cannot remember. Shogo's handling it well. You can tell. Yep. So, and there's... So this is us getting her curse stone. So she had the Whispering Canal before. And also, one of the rare jump scares in this game. I was ready for it that time. We've seen it a few times. Okay, I can't reach down and grab the cursed stone yet, so let's go to the telephone booth. Call an ambulance. Hey there, Rohank, what's up? And thanks for calling me a cushion cutie. That's very ooh sweet of you. Yeah, it's a Rare Monday stream. I'm doing like a postmortem on Paranormasight here, so it's kind of a stream just for me, and it should be a short one. But good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. All right, so we called in the ambulance, which of course is worthless. She is very, very cursed and very, very dead. Yep, she was alive, and she was evil, and she was fooling you. Now she's dead. And here's where we get the desire to resurrect her, I guess, which is one of the conditions for getting a curse stone. Since it's all tied to the rite of resurrection, the curses want you to desire bringing someone back to life. And if you do that, then the curse stone gives you the means, right? That's basically how it works. Yeah, she was scared. There's something strange going on. What an astute observation by Shogo. And people are just like dropping dead, drowned in the middle of a part. Alright. That's another possession attempt, I think. Which we've fended off once more. Yep. Okay, so there's the curse stone. We grab it, and the game's gonna go all spooky scary. Like, oh, you're a curse bearer now, you need to kill everyone. It's actually a pretty cool sequence, honestly. There it is. Hi, little girl. Her story is really sad. Like, both her parents died as part of the curse nonsense. And she wandered out to try and find them on her own. And fell into, like, a pond and drowned, or a river, I guess. Horrible stuff. Like, no wonder there was a curse that was spawned from this terrible situation. It also explains why she wants to kill those that leave her behind, because she felt like the world turned her back on her and her family. Okay. So, we're now fully fledged curse bearers. We're going to be taking Shogo down a path of destruction, mayhem, and a soul collection. All in an attempt to bring back Yoko, who's the main bad guy. It's a really pretty effed up situation. Man, I wish I could read Japanese. I'm sure it's awesome, like being able to read this in like the native tongue, but oh well. Too lazy or busy. Take your pick, probably both. Once again, very kind of her to just like stand there and let us read all that exposition and stuff. Yep. If we want the right, we have to kill a bunch of people with the curse stones. Again, killing curse bearers gives you more soul dregs than killing normal people, but you can still kill normal people if you want. And honestly, another thing I hadn't really thought about is I don't think there's any limit to the number of times the rite of resurrection can be performed. I don't think there is, unless I missed that. So it's not necessarily a race. It's just that I guess if a curse bearer gets there first and uses the soul dregs, and there's probably no point in killing them anymore. So it becomes harder, I guess? And so it's kind of like encouraging competition that way. And also, it seems like the big brain play in this whole, like, race for the right is to sit back and let other people do the dirty work and then steal their soul dregs towards the end. So, just by nature of the system and the contest they've set up, it kind of seems like it converges to one rite of resurrection. But I don't know, again, I don't know if that's, like, how it has to be. Necessarily. But maybe it is. I may be missing something. Alright. There we go. Shogo's motivation has been set. He's dead set on bringing back Yoko. This should be like a sad sequence, I think. Yep. Where he's like, oh, let's just be a joke. Sad music plays for the first time in the game. For the worst character. Okay. Now then. I think what we need to do at this point is be careful not to trigger the real ending of the game. So we're going to focus on my boy over here. Let's call out to him. Who's there? Oh my, how unexpected, he says. What's unexpected? Don't know. I guess that we're a curse bearer. It was your curse that killed the poor woman, I take it. It was her curse that our ancestors' consciousness reflected, technically, you must know. So this guy's kind of like he's kind of like a piñata or a paper tiger. He looks all tough and suspicious and stuff, but he's no big deal. Rohank says, whenever they see a man at night in a black suit, it usually doesn't go like this. How does it usually go, Rohank? Fill me in. But, anyways. Yep, we got problems. Let's chat with the unfamiliar man. This is where we wound his ego by saying we don't recognize him. Yeah, he works at the company that we work at. Shogo works at the soap company. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Let's see. I don't know why he keeps selling us that. Look a little harder. Maybe think? Is that what we want? Rohank says the men in night with black suits usually offer them brownies. I see. That's awesome. Man, I feel really ripped off now. I'm not getting any brownies from this. He's familiar with the curses. He's just really bad at his job. He is Takumi Yumioka. Is that his real name? I can't remember if that's an alias or not. Yep, that's his real name. Apparently. Alright, Takumi. Does that ring any bells? He asks. There he is. The mysterious stranger. Or like incompetent stranger. One of my favorite scenes in the entire game is where the entire cast is like bullying him about like how crap he is. Okay. Let's see. So he's asking us to give him our curse stone. We're not gonna do that. There's a chance we could fail this dialogue, by the way, and have to reload. Which is fine, I guess. This is where he proposes that the right hands are his hands. He would lose the freaking curse stone knowing this guy. Okay. He can't have a curse stone. We know that he doesn't have a curse stone. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. It's possible that he does, but I don't think he does. Yeah, he will try to take your curse stone by force. He will snap your neck, Shogo. So we need to get him to leave us behind. And the way we do that is by telling him that there's an ambulance coming. Let's talk about the curse stone. So he's lying about this. He definitely wants to use the thing to help his chairwoman use the rite of resurrection to restore her youth or something. I still don't know how that works, by the way. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. He thinks he's gained our trust at this point for some reason. Let's talk about Takumi. Blah, blah, blah. Let me get a drink of water real quick. Ooh. Wow, the water is, like, extra tasty tonight. Okay. What the hell is he talking about here? Oh, yeah, this is where he's talking about Suijin Gemyoto, which is an alias for the leader of Hyuku Soaps, and apparently a very, very bad, like, mystic or sorceress. She's not a great sorceress at all. She's a con artist. Anyways. Alright. Let's chat about Yoko, I guess. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I think this dude's sharp. He's just, like, bad. Like, he needs sleep is his whole problem. He's sleep deprived. Look at those bags under his eyes. Alright. Talk about Yoko some more. Okay, this is the old, like... You see what he did there? Is the old, like, oh, there's something behind you. Trick. No. No. I refuse. Game wants me to recall. Yes. This is where we figured out who he is. Let's talk about his identity. So he gave us the real name. Okay, I missed that the first time. He gave us the real name, but he lied about his occupation, saying he was an associate of a sorceress. He really is a secretary. Right. Got it. Tries to pull rank, which is a dick move. Very, in character for Yumioka. He's saying that they're all altruistic, which is, of course, more bullshit. It's all he does is shovels bullshit. Trying to get some information here. Again, Shogo is trying to kill as many curse bearers as possible. It's already too late. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, threaten him more. He's, like, he'll fold like a wet napkin for sure. Should we think here? Yeah, we have to get him to walk away. Okay, here we go. This is where I wanted to get. So, I think the way we get him to go is we tell him there's an ambulance coming. And when that happens, he'll freak out. Nice egg timer ding there. Alright, let's chat. There's an ambulance coming. There we go. And he's like, totally not about this. For some reason. And just like this, the conditions of our curse will be fulfilled. He hopes we won't abuse it in the meantime. Don't worry. See ya. Get drowned, Yumioka. Did they show us his death sprite? I don't remember. They do. Look at that. Got what he deserved. Kinda. Sort of. For all the bullshit he spilled, at least water's coming out of his mouth now instead of pure crap. Okay. And this is the first time I think that Shogo consciously killed someone. I think. And the 1% soul dregs there is confirmation that he's not a curse bearer. We would have gotten way more if he were. Okay. On to Hichibori. Or actually, Quest for the Seven Mysteries Part 1. Okay. Shogo kills Takumi Yumioka and takes his soul dregs. Realizing he is unable to undo his actions, he strengthens his resolve to gather the remaining soul dregs before dawn. He travels throughout Honjo searching for the Seven Mysteries, accumulating more soul dregs with each of his encounters. Right. This is kind of the part that I was most interested in, personally. Because this is where a bunch of stuff happens that I don't really get. So, let's see if we can figure out what really went down. Okay, so he left the park. Let's see. Trying to find sacrifices and searching the night. All the other curse bears should be out at night as well, doing the same. So. Yeah, Takumi wasn't a curse bearer. And Shogo's hunger for souls is growing. Okay. So now we get to travel around the map a little bit. We'll see some familiar faces. So, the Haunting Clappers. That's going to be where Richter is. But Watching Mansion, the Everburning Lantern. Or around Warigasui Street. That whole encounter is really confusing. And then there's the Beckoning Light, which we already kind of used, I think. Okay, let's move. So, I think last time I kind of went this way. And I see no reason to kind of do anything different here, so... kind of went in order, like down this street, basically. So we'll go to the, Shimoku Bridge area first. I just want to understand what happened. Okay. So here we are at the Haunting Clappers. The Haunting Clappers are... Let's see... They're the curse that... Let's see... That Haraway has, currently. Unbeknownst to us. So, the Haunting Clappers basically allow you to, burn alive someone that possesses, fire or a fire-starting device. That's the conditions for that curse. So, let's see. We found a lighter, which is important because now we have an item that fulfills the conditions of that curse. And Shogo picks it up without thinking, which will doom him later on unless he throws it away. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to check out here. It's pretty, like, locked in. We can look at the lighter, I guess. This is a standard little, like, blue, big-looking lighter. So, that concludes things here. I assume if I had gone here first instead of here, we would have probably died. Yeah, understood, Rohank. No worries. Lurk away. Feel free to use the ! lurk command if you'd like. That's the thing that we have. But appreciate you being here and hanging out. Sincerely. And hope that you're having a good Monday and stuff, too. Alright, to South Origasui Street we go. This is where things get confusing in my mind. Something happens here, and I don't quite understand. So let's see. The Foot-Washing Mansion and the Ever-Burning Lantern are from this area. Okay. Let's take a look. So the Foot-Washing Mansion is this one. This curse belongs to... Currently... Where is he? Utero. This guy. Or Utaro, I guess. I kind of say his name like Utero, which is very, like, Western and lazy. Apologies. But, as you can see there, he had the Foot-Washing Mansion. Curse Echo. He's currently in league with Ayame, or more like Ayame's using him to fulfill her ends. But he wants to bring back... where is she? Michio, who he accidentally killed in a hit and run. And feels very guilty about. So that's kind of his motivation. We'll come across him here in a little bit. Ayame, who's using him, and will eventually backstab him. And I guess is a curse bearer at this point. Yeah. She must be. Yeah, because she lives right by where this this curse manifests. So she's a secret curse bearer. She hasn't told anyone that. But, let's see. Yeah, she's using him. She wants to bring back a famous artist from the dead. That's her motivation. And she'll do many underhanded things to do it. So, respect the drive and the hustle there. Okay. But anyways, so Foot-Washing Mansion's one of them. The Ever-Burning Lantern, I don't know so much about. Here we go. Kills by disembowelment one who finds themselves trapped in the darkness of the Curse Echo. Okay. Right. Interesting. Because that explains what's about to happen. In a moment, we'll be trapped in darkness. Who has this Curse Echo? I don't remember. Who has the Ever-Burning Lantern? They're revealed, right? Or are they always kept hidden? Let's take a look. So, yeah, it's not them. It's not Richter. It's not Tetsuo. It ain't Mayu. It ain't Yako. I don't think it's Hitomi. It ain't Kohei. Makoto is a serial killer. It's not him. Oh, he's got it. Oh, I forgot about this. So he has the Ever-Burning Lantern. Interesting. Again, Hideki Araishi is a historian. He's trying to research the origins of the mysteries of Honjo, basically. So he's got this. That means he's going to try to trap us and kill us here in just a second. Hi there, Gotchato. What's up? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. You join us in a spoiler-heavy stream as we're kind of trying to unravel what happened in the first arc of Paranormasight. So you've been warned. But good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And, yeah. Okay. So like I said, Araishi has this Ever-Burning Lantern currently. And he's going to try to use it. Gotchata's built for spoilers. Okay. It is oddly dark, which is the work of the curse. Let's think. It is indeed. We're not fulfilling its conditions currently. Spooky, dark street. And there it is. So that right there is the curse echo of the ever-burning light, or lantern, or whatever. Gotcha. Yeah, understood, gotcha. I'm kind of the same way. Ever-burning lantern, rather. This guy. There he is, right there. So, the ghost story with this gentleman is he, like, knew a secret and, did, seppuku. He killed himself. And, gave the secret away via code before he died. So, yeah. Pretty grim. Pretty grim stuff. So let's take a look at it. There's a curse bearer around here. It's Araishi. He's hiding. Let's get closer to it. Never do this in real life, by the way. You would run away. You would not approach this thing. Detective game, indeed. Indeed it is. Okay, so now we're trapped in the darkness. Yep. So now we use our 100 yen lighter. And by doing this, we deactivate the curse. So that's what happened here, in reality. And this is our boy, what's his name? Araishi, I think. Yep, he's freaking out that we deactivated his curse, so he's gonna run away like a little baby right now. He's already killed people by this method, so I think he was just like waiting here on the street and attacking people. Because when we do get his curse stone, when Tetsuo does grab it, he does note that it's been used before. And he's leaving, so we can kill him now. Thereby, you know, by running away, he fulfilled the conditions of our curse. And just like that, we've gained some more curse echoes. That $1 lighter really came in handy. Yeah, we just found it on the ground. It saved our life. But it could doom us here in a little bit if we don't throw it away. I don't know where his body is the thing. I guess it's just somewhere around here. Maybe like around the corner. Well, whatever the case may be, there's no reason to stick around here anymore. Chogo's gained 30% of the curse echoes required to resurrect his dead evil girlfriend. So let's go ahead and move on. Onto Honjo Bridge. Or Honji Bridge, pardon me. Where we'll meet one of my favorite characters in the game. Good old Richter. The detective himself. Let's call his attention real quick. Hey, what's up? Wait. Fine, I'll go first. Whoa. Look at this guy. He's a great-looking dude. So I don't know what he can tell here. He's not a curse bearer himself, but he is probably very perceptive as a detective himself. Alright, let's chat him up. Let's get a look at him first, I guess. He's flamboyant, he's got a great belt buckle, great style. We should not tell him our name, even though we know... Well, hang on. We do know that it doesn't matter if he knows our name, so we'll talk to him. Just for a different sort of dialogue tree than we got before. Your name, your address, your phone number, your age, your occupation. Your personal information is much more valuable than you might think. Indeed. I don't think Richter knows this at this point, but he's unknowingly listed out all the conditions for activating the one-sided read curse, which is currently owned by Nejima, the serial killer. As you can see here, it kills by dismemberment one whose face, address, name, age, occupation, and location are all known by the curse bearer. So, yes. Richter's dead on here, and that's bad information to make available. Okay. And then Richter goes and just tells us straight out. Because he's pretty great. Alright, Richter. Private detective. Cool guy. Gold chain. Awesome dude. Godshadow says, basically giving out information to strangers just kills you. Not just kills you. Kills you by dismemberment and horrible agony. But it depends on the stranger. It's got to be the curse bearer, I suppose. Unless the stranger tells the curse bearer. Anyways, yeah. Best to keep everything to yourself. Make up an alias and, like an address and occupation. And live a lie. That's healthy. So currently, right now, Richter is investigating, realistically, the curse bearers and stuff, and he's also trying to find information on Shuichi for Haraway. Shuichi was killed about a year ago in a mysterious sort of like covered up hostage kidnapping incident. So it's like the Death Note, but more specific. I made that exact observation, Godshadow, when I learned about that curse. It's exactly like that. But I would say... Yeah, it's basically that. It's basically that. Except you can't control the means of death, right? Because in the Death Note, you could choose, like, how whoever's name you write is going to go out. Whereas this is always dismemberment. But, yeah. Besides that, very powerful curse stone. Alright. What brought me here? We'll be honest with him. I'm looking for someone. Being straight up honest with him. I'm looking for the beckoning light. Yeah. So now he knows, probably, that we're a curse bearer, if we're being that specific about things. He has to know. But he's a cool cat, and he's got great pecs, so he's on top of things. Exactly, Godshadow. It's very specific. You gotta know a lot of information, but the kill is always a kill and fatal. Okay, Richter wants us to hang out. This is a date that's been denied by Shogo, unfortunately. Poor Richter, got turned down. Okay, now, here Richter's asking if we have a light on us. And the reason he's doing that is because if he knows that we do, then he knows that his mistress's curse can be activated on us. So it's very important that we lie to him. And Shogo just straight up tells him. I thought we had a choice there. Okay, we need to get rid of this as soon as possible. Oh god, Shogo, you frickin' moron. Okay. This work's top secret, that's fine, whatever, Richter. Inside this industrial building right now, unbeknownst to like anyone, is Mayu. She's been trapped there by Takumi, who basically stuck her in there to try to get information on her husband, who is Hajime, who's also a descendant of Seaman, and has critical information on the Rite of Resurrection and how to start it and stop it. They basically interrogated Mayu using some sort of truth serum, and then left her there so that she would become the curse bearer for the beckoning light, which she did. So she's trapped right now. She's like trying to figure out how to like clean off mirrors and other weird stuff like that. But no one knows, and I guess that's okay. Look at the bridge. Maybe do a little bit of thinking. He seems like all kinds of trouble. Yeah, the kind of trouble I'd like to get into. Alright, I guess, can we move again? Okay. Where to next? So, Midoricho Park. And then we got Komagata High School. So let's go to the park first. At the park, we're going to meet the police officers, if I remember correctly. Yep, there they are. So, the police officers are two people. We got Tetsuo Satsumi, who is a curse bearer, and he has a very useful curse for a police officer to have. The Evergreen Beach has conditions that, if you lie to him, basically, he knows, and he can kill you with hanging. So, yeah, you can't lie to this guy. He'll know. He can kill you. Bad news. But luckily, he's a good guy, so it's not a huge deal. It just makes it really hard to get around him. And knowing that he knows if we lie to him will make this conversation more interesting, I think. And then his buddy, Junario, is helping him out. Another thing is Tetsuo has some history with the paranormal. I think by this point they do know what's going on, because Tetsuo has become a curse bearer, and I think he fills in June about the nature of the curses as well. So I think they both know that they're trying to find and stop curse bearers from killing people. Let's see. Our curse is question marks. We just have to guess. No, we know our curse. The file may be out of date, but the file's out of date because it goes with a different timeline, basically. But yeah, God Shadow. Shogo Okie is currently the curse bearer of the Whispering Canal, which can be activated if someone tries to leave you behind. You can drown them. So, file is off there for some reason in this timeline. But yeah. Anyways, that's kind of the backstory on Tetsuo and what he's up to, and June as well. So, here we go. This is also pretty close to Ayame's house. So, this is probably where she picked up her curse stone earlier on. Okay. There they are. The two lovebirds themselves. Okay, it wants us to not get caught, but we're gonna get caught no matter what, I think. Yep. This is a gameplay mechanic that never, like, plays into the game. Ever past this point. And they totally know we're watching them, by the way. Tetsuo is, like, on top of stuff. Nice little heartbeat effect. Yep, okay, so now we hide. Jump scare incoming. You've been warned. Just your imagination. Yeah, no. They know. They know. I know they know. And they know I know they know. Okay, yeah, so they definitely know about the curse stones, because they're talking about it right now. Conchetta says they avoid jump scares by just closing the volume. Yep. Alright, where's he at? Hi, June. That one wasn't too bad, to be fair. Alright. There they are. So there's Junario. Look at that smile. Look at that guy. Causing the ladies to swoon everywhere. And, I'll swoon a little bit too for him. He's great. And there's Tetsuo Tatsumi, the current curse bearer, a grizzled veteran of both, like, normal, like, detective work and the paranormal. Yeah, definitely the sudden noise is one of the worst parts of the jump scare. But the, like a face coming towards you, that gets me too. It's not just the noise, you know? In my opinion, God Shadow. Alright. So at this point, we show him our ID. So if June was a curse bearer of the one-sided read, that would be enough for him to kill us. But you can't say no to a cop, right? So that's kind of them laying bait for us. Possibly? I don't know. I guess Richter did just warn us about giving out our personal information. So that's a bit of a red herring or a false flag for you. Alright. Alright, they're talking about, like, this is where we get their, like, stand-up comedy duo sort of thing, talking about, like, hair products and stuff. Maybe God Shadow. Maybe. Alright, so now they're asking us about what we're doing. And we just straight up said we're looking for the 7 mysteries, which should get their attention. Shogo, you've already heard them talking about the 7 mysteries. So I think that was a bit of a misplay, but I guess he decided he didn't want to lie to the cops. Okay. That would be the Taiko of Suguru. So, yeah, Tatsumi is on to us now, basically. Let's see. So they're telling us to head home. Let's stay for a little bit longer. Yeah. What about you? He's just like, go home! Fine. The haunting clapper sounds like very red cheeks. Oh no, God Shadow, don't think like that. Alright, now we're going to Kamigata High School. The pieces in play at Kamigata High School currently are as follows. We have, Yako Sakazaki, who is about to be granted a curse stone, or maybe already has it. I guess she probably already has it at this point. Yako and Mio were up at the school, basically conducting a seance or something to talk to a ghost to figure out what happened to her dead friend, Michio. That was their goal. They figured out that she did not die in a suicide. That was kind of like the main revelation there. At the same time, Hitomi and Kohei were up at school, and I think Kohei was trying to get information about... I can't remember exactly what he was up to. I think he was threatened... Okay, no, yeah, I remember now. So Kohei abused Michio, and he was trying to get information from Hitomi about, like, her ghost or something like that. That's a little fuzzy, but they're definitely both there is the important thing. And there's one more person that's up there, and that'd be Makoto Ashimiya, who's the alias of Fumichika Nejima, who's a serial killer, black magic practitioner that was notorious and got out on bail and somehow got a job at a high school. Don't think about that one too long, or your head will explode. So, let's go see what the situation is at the high school, knowing all that we know now. Okay. Here we are at Kamigata High School. Okay. And here she is. So she is a curse bearer. She is running away because right now, Nejima's attacking her and Mio with his curse stone. And, yeah, so Mio stayed behind to try to save her. Yako's running away. And there we go. Yeah, for sure. Fumichika could probably watch his weight a little more. Okay. Alright, what's up, Yako? She's at school this late. So she's running away. Let's kill her. And just like that, another one falls. It was at this point that I really kind of lost a lot of empathy for Shogo in the main route, because he pretty mercilessly and without thinking just killed this high school girl. It's brutal. And that sprite is pretty disturbing too, honestly. Tongue out. Brutal. Brutal. Shogo doesn't even say anything. And with that, we got 36% more soul drag. So I think we're at, what, like 67% currently? So like one curse bearer away. God, Shadow's like, Shogo's thoughts. Get drowned, bitch. I mean, probably. This whole line, like, I killed her. Nice. It's just like, man, he's pretty far gone. Getting pretty irredeemable pretty quickly. Okay. Now then, that brings us to Quest for the Seven Mysteries Part 2. Yeah, he's full-on psychopath at this point, isn't he, God Shadow? Shogo manages to best the curse bearers he meets at Ryogoku Bridge and the former Yasuda Gardens, collecting the soul dregs he requires. However, something happens to his curse stone, and he's delivered to a grisly fate. I mean, spoilers, but it's not wrong. Okay, 3 a.m. It's been a busy night for Shogo. On to the next one. Restart. Yeah, I'm restarting the part, because I've already beat all this stuff, God Shadow, so we're starting from the beginning to get the full story, now that we know what's happening. Okay. Former Yasuda Gardens is where we should go last, because that's where things go down. Yes, I did already beat the game, God Shadow. This is a victory lap, sort of. Or more of a mystery lap, I would say. Okay. So, there he is. There's Utero. He's asking for a curse bearer. And we absolutely are. Let's chat with him. How should we respond? We'll be honest, because he is willing to cooperate. Yeah. So, hang on. The way to avoid his curse is to mess around in the options. So, oh, okay, hang on. We should talk about these people first. There's actually 2 other people present here. Currently. The 2 people are Utero, who we've already talked about. But just to recap, Utero is a student. He killed Michio in a hit and run. He's trying to bring her back to life. He currently has the curse stone of... Where is it? The Foot Washing Mansion, which kills by crushing one who hears the command, wash. So, the way you avoid the curse is you turn down dialogue volume in the game, even though the game doesn't have any dialogue at all. So, that's fine. We can handle that, and I'm going to do that right now. Voice volume, all the way down. Beautiful. No, apply. The second person that's here, who's lurking in the shadows, is Ayame, who again is willing to stab Utero in the back and is using him. Is a curse bearer herself and wants to bring an artist back to life. So, there we go. So, we're going to chat about things. Alright. Let's see. He wants us to join forces, but whether he's being truthful or not, Ayame would absolutely kill us. Okay. Yep, he's proposing a deal. Let's agree to it. Okay, so we're questioning on his soul dregs. He has 1%, so he's only tried it on one person, I guess, to see how the curse works. Basically. Whereas we're sitting at, like, 67% or something like that. Yep, exactly. Because Shogo's been doing some freaking work. And look at him, he's like, you're not worthy to be my partner. See you later. Damn. Brutal. Here he goes. Casting his curse. Which we're immune to now. Yep. This guy did get really screwed over by, like, the game mechanics. This shouldn't work. This is basically cheating. So I do feel slightly bad for him, but at the same time, like, get good. Yeah. Yeah, that would be brutal, God Shadow. The way that this curse kills you is by crushing. Yeah, his curse is the Foot Washing Mansion. So, here it is. And it kills by crushing one who hears the command wash. So, pretty bad way to go, all in all. Alright. So now we try to freak him out. And we make him run. And just like that, he's ours. And look at Ayame back there. Just, like, disappointed in him. It's like, God, this freaking loser. Alright, 20% soul drag, so we are getting there. Pretty cool of Ayame to just, like, leave her supposed boyfriend to die. Yep, another one drowned indeed. Now then, on to the former Yasuda Gardens, but let me refill my drink real quick. Before we get to the finale here. We're getting very close to wrapping this up. Again, this will be a very short stream. Okay. Righto. On to the former Yasuda Gardens, where we will meet 2 characters, 2 people of interest. We'll reunite with Richter, and Haraway's there as well. And Haraway's gonna get the jump on us. In fact, I think this cuts in, like, mid us being trapped. Alright, let's get a look at the surroundings. Where is she at? There she is. Haraway. Still really kind of into her, but anyways. So at this point, she's trying to get our curse echoes. So Haraway almost wins here. Wow. Mega zoom in. Lips. Yep. She got the best of us. And also, she knows we have a lighter on us, because we told Richter about it. So she absolutely has us by the hair here. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to toss our lighter away. May not be time yet. Do I have to think about it first? Sorry, I'm not, like, looking up and down your body. I promise, Haraway. I'm trying to get this to activate. Okay, let's, well, actually, let's look at her, I guess, since we were already kind of doing it. And now, let's see. So, let's talk about curse stones real quick. Maybe God Shadow, maybe I am. We know she's going to resurrect her son. And she knows that we already have a lot of soul dregs. I don't know how she knew that, unless Richter tailed us. Yeah, I bet Richter was following us this whole time. Alright. 7, she's counting down. Let's talk about the Rite of Resurrection, I guess. She knows we were lying. She knows we're not going to give it up. Okay. This is where we tried the stripping, which would have actually worked, actually. Shogo joked about it. About, like, taking all his clothes off, like, saving him. But it absolutely would. Okay. Come on, throw the lighter away, Shogo. Toss it. He's refusing to do it. I forget how to get around this, actually. Let's talk more about the curse stones, I guess. She's not going to tell us anything. Wait, hang on. Where's Richter? Is he, like, around here? We, like, see him, like, lurking. I don't think he reveals himself until she uses her curse. I don't know, God Shadow, but I've done the same thing. Alright, more about curse stones, I guess. I don't know if she knows. If Richter did follow us and give her information, then Richter probably knows what we need to do to activate our curse, right? So it's difficult to know exactly what she knows here. She's kind of right. She's kind of right. Throw away the lighter! Do it! Oh my god. Okay, 7 mysteries. You have to, like, look at it. Where is it? Haunting Clappers. There. Shogo, know this information. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Why don't we burn her hair or something? I don't know. At least that'd be something. At least it'd be a new idea. Okay, let's keep chatting then, I guess. So we're calling on what we think might be her bluff, which is not a bluff at all. She's counting down, baby. What's her curse? Her curse is if you have anything flammable, or not like flammable, but like a fire starter or an actual flame on you, she can make you burst into flames. That's the basic idea. Okay. So I'm at the Rite of Resurrection, I guess. Oh, there we go. Yep, her son. So she's trying to bring back. A mother's love. Gotcha has a fear of fire. Understandable. Reasonable. Very bad way to go. She's on one. Shogo, I'm serious, buddy. Do it. Make it go away. Why doesn't he do it? Why is Shogo not listening to me? So annoying. Alright. 0. Well, damn it, Shogo! Face behind you and interact. Was that what I was... Yeah. Well. See you, Shogo. And then, yep, there's Richter. Maybe we have to reload from here. I don't know. No, that's not how it's going to end, buddy. Because there's still one more mystery that I want to solve. So in this ending, Haraway would have won. Oh. Maybe this is fine. Okay, so the storyteller takes us out. And he's like, okay, now you know how the curse is activated, so go ahead and try again. Okay, so it's fine. Everything's good. Alright, so here we are. With the retry. So now... let's toss away the lighter. Very good. Right into the lake. And now she's gonna be freaked out. Yeah. She's like, what'd you just... yeah, your curse is worthless now. Oof. Much less attractive look currently. Must be said. In despair. Now she panics, and she runs away, which dooms her. And now we have her curse echoes, too. And Richter's just, like, watching, right? And watched her die. She got drowned, too. And now we have enough curse echoes. We have enough curse echoes to resurrect now, basically. So, what actually happens here at the end? Sugar's reflecting on his victory here. And just like that. Okay, this I don't quite get. So the Curse Stone... yeah, what actually happened to Shogo? It doesn't really go into details on that. This is like the whole reason I came here. What the hell happened to him? No. Hang on. Oh, this is like the main mystery that I wanted to solve. God Shadow thinks the Curse Stone turned its back on him. We didn't get a look at his body is the thing. Unless it shows us here in a little bit. Okay, so hang on. Let's just go through. Yep, okay. Story chart. Yeah, we know. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you can find the alternate path out of here. Which I didn't want to do. I didn't want to save Yoko. How many people does Shogo kill with his curse? None. I killed them all. Yep. Look at him. He's like 0. Indeed. I'm the true murderer, not Shogo. Ah, just boots us out. Okay, so that's the one mystery I don't know the answer to. So let's think about things. What could possibly have killed Shogo there? So let's see. So he checks his curse stone. He's like, what the? Ah! And then he dies. So what could it possibly be? It's not the Whispering Canal, I don't believe. The only way the Whispering Canal could have gotten him is if the Beckoning Light got him. But I don't think Mayu was lucid this time. I think she was still trapped. Because the only way she gets out is if Haraway comes and saves her, or Richter as well. Like, she is fully locked in there, I believe. So it can't have been her. Which means it can't have been the Whispering Canal either. So both the Beckoning Light and the Whispering Canal are scratched off the list. The Fool's Procession kills by fatal fall one who hears its music for 30 seconds without seeing the curse bearer. It can't be this one because we killed Yako. So it's not the Fatal Procession. We've already ruled out the Beckoning Light. It can't have been the Haunting Clappers because, again, we killed Haraway. We didn't die by burning anyways. The Evergreen Beach. It's possible that Tetsuo got us, but we didn't tell a lie to him or anything. As far as I know. Like, we weren't chatting with him, so I don't think it's that one. I don't think it's the Taiko of Suguru, because we never interacted with the Yame. So, is that her name? Where is she? Yeah, we never interacted with the Yame. So again, just like the Tetsuo Curse Stone, I don't think we could have fulfilled those conditions. Okay. So that's that off the list. The Foot Washing Mansion, again, Yutero's dead, so it can't have been that. The One-Sided Reed, possibly, but it didn't look like we got killed by dismemberment, and I think we're pretty much totally off the radar of Nejima. So I'm gonna say that's possible, but unlikely. The Ever-Burning Lantern, again, we killed the Curse Bearer there, so it can't have been that. So really, it doesn't seem to me like it could have been any of the Curse Stones, which leaves one possibility. One singular possibility, and I'll tell you what it is right now. So, pretty much the entire point of Shogo's quest, of what he was trying to do, was to bring back Yoko, who again is an ancestor of Ashino and the true bad guy of this entire thing. We could maybe believe that when Shogo got the rest of the soul dregs, the Rite of Resurrection was completed, and then Yoko was brought back to life. Okay? Now, as soon as that happened, Yoko knew that Shogo was the one, or rather, Shogo's ancestor was the one that turned the curse back on her and caused her to drown and die, right? So, Yoko, with that knowledge, knows that she needs to kill Shogo. But the question is, how did she do it? Well, Hajime died before all of this cursed stuff happened. He died under very mysterious circumstances. He basically seemed to have died of a heart attack or something. And the reason he died is because Yoko was questioning him, and she cast like a curse on him, I think, right? Let's see. Let's see. Yes. Here's where it says it right here. So, she discovered that Hachime Yoshimi was the Senno Seaman and threatened him with a curse in an effort to scare him into revealing the whereabouts of the end scroll. And she killed him with that curse. It's not a cursed stone, though. It was like a certain other kind of curse, it seems like. So I think she probably cast this same ancient curse on Shogo as soon as she came back and killed him. That's my understanding. That's the only thing that makes sense, because I think we've pretty much categorically proven That none of the 7 mysteries could have been capable of doing that. And again, Yoko was capable of casting that curse before all the other curse stones in the 7 mysteries activated. And this happened at night during the Feast of Shadows, when curses could have been stronger than they would normally be. So that would kind of amplify her abilities as well, I think. So, that's my best guess. It wasn't explicitly spelled out by the game, but it's the only thing that makes sense to me. So, I think that's pretty much all the mysteries I wanted to explore from the first timeline. Everything kind of made sense and fell into place. You know, I was kind of... The main mysteries were, for me, how Shogo died. And again, we're kind of guessing there. It's a lot of speculation, but it's the only thing that kind of possibly fits. And then the other thing was what happened when Shogo was immersed in darkness. And we learned that was... where is he? Yeah, Araishi, with his ever-burning lantern, who we did wind up killing. So, that's pretty much everything I wanted to do with this game. We've seen all the endings. I think we've kind of answered all the questions, at least all the ones that were, like, at the forefront of my mind that I wanted to see. So this is a nice send-off, you know? It was kind of cool to go back to the first story arc and take a fresh look and figure out what actually went down. Kind of a short stream, like I said, but that's going to do it for tonight, guys. For this rare Monday stream. Tomorrow will be... It's not an off day. Tomorrow's going to be my video editing day, so I'll be working on shorts and stuff like that. And on Wednesday, we'll be back at it with some more Fallout New Vegas. And we'll continue to play a lot of Fallout New Vegas. Probably like 3 times a week or something. Until we either get tired of it or make a bunch of progress. So I am certainly looking forward to that. And I hope you are too. And it'll be tabs on Saturday, as per usual. So there's the schedule. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for indulging me as I take this one last look at Paranormasight. Like I said at the beginning, this is kind of a very selfish kind of stream where I kind of just did something because I wanted to do it. And I'm happy I did it before I forgot everything about this game, which would probably happen very soon. So we'll be leaving this game behind for now, and we did get the hidden note that hinted at a possible sequel at some point. If that does happen, I am certainly down for playing it. But until next time, guys, this has been Laggie Couch. Take care of yourselves, and I'll do my best to do the same. The couch is out of here. Later! So, what can we learn from Shogo's death there? I guess probably try not to fall for girls that might, or like anyone, I guess, that might secretly be ancient evil curse bearers and mystics that are using you, like a puppet master using a puppet on a string, making you dance about and bring them back just to murder you immediately. So there you go. There's some practical life lesson for you guys, and for me as well. All right, see ya.